My new anime hair's just kind of pissing me off. It moves all over the place. It's like solid. Anyway, all the stories as I always do with Chi-Chi. As I always do with Kimchi. Amazing looks, totally. So, thank you everyone for watching. What else do I need to say? I don't know what to say. Hey kids, and welcome back to another review of RuPaul's Drag Race. This is quite an interesting challenge this week. At this stage, every season, Ru always has the girls do 2 or 3 looks all in one go, a bit of a performance. It's usually like a ball theme where they all tie in together. But this one was like as though you're writing your autobiography and telling your story of your life, which I thought was really interesting because it really sees into each of the queen's history and everything, which I thought was brilliant. It's one of those challenges where it really made me think, ooh, what would I wear? What would I do? And I actually came up with some ideas of what it is that I would have done for this week's challenge. I think for the baby queen, kind of what you would like as a child doing drag stuff, first time you put on a pair of heels, that kind of thing. I've been racking my brain over what it is that I would actually do, and I think the one that I would do, because it is something that was part of my life, is I would have made like a giant bra and have that as my wig, because it's actually stood me running around the house with a bra on my head because I found it amazing that my head fit into my mother's bra apparently. So I'd have done that and then wore something like, I don't know, just pretty much a sheet just wrapped around me. It's not something that I'd have done, it was only the bra really that I did, but I kind of think that that would have tied in with the whole idea. I think a lot of the other queens have similar sort of issues where they were all just kind of like, well, I did do this and did do that, but didn't have an outfit idea that they could pull together. I think that's kind of the way that I'd have gone down with that. And I wouldn't have gone for really pretty makeup either. A lot of the queens went for very them now, rather than when you're like 4 years old putting on makeup for the first time. I'd have done lipstick all over my face, big huge blush cheeks, eye makeup that was like all up my face but no eyebrows. Like block out my eyebrows and then paint all, like colour all up my face, like a child would have done. That's my mama realness. I knew instantly this was the one where as soon as Ru said what it was, I was like, right, that's exactly what I would go for. And the look I'd have gone for would be something that I think my mum would actually kill me for, but I'd do it anyway. I'd have gone for very much what she was like in the 90s, so still kind of holding on to a bit of the 80s, and I'd have gone with big, massive black curly hair and then like a big jumper dress. Now my mum would have wore it with like leggings or jogging bottoms or something, but I wouldn't have done that. I made a bit more glam, like big, just loose fit, baggy jumper, and the whole story that I would have conveyed would have been my mum would put her kids first in every scenario. She would wear clothes that she'd been wearing for the last 10 years if need be, as long as her kids had a good meal in their belly, roof over their head and clothes on their back. As long as they had that, her knees went out the window. She always put us first. Because that is what my mum did, and that is what I would have focused on, so I would have made it something. But she would still walk out that house with lipstick on, bit of mascara and a smile on her face. Everyone loved her for it. She was really down to earth and just a lovely, homely woman. And the last challenge with making a dress out of actual books was the sort of unconventional thing that I absolutely adore, and I'm like, I wish I had like my own mannequin so I could make these things, because it's like, I have ideas! I think I would have gone very much for a combination of between Bob's and Naomi's look, because I really like the big sort of skirt, because I love big skirts. So I'd have gone with that big kind of roughly kind of skirt with all scrunched up paper, but then something very colourful and sort of jagged and structured on the top, and that's what I would have gone for totally. And then I'd have done some sort of like, I kind of have this idea of like just like a little bob, like a little silver bob down here with like a book on top, and then like things flying out of it, like birds maybe, something like that. It would have been a piece of art, totally. I loved it as well. Yeah, so that's totally what I would have done for the challenge, and I think it was just an amazing challenge. And so I think I just want to kind of go over Derek obviously left this week. I've been saying for weeks Derek needed to go, and just last week it got to the point where he started to come back and started to actually fight back and start to do well, and I thought this week it was likely that he was going to just like blossom and go massive, and you can see that he was really trying. Unfortunately, like Naomi said pretty much at the start of the episode this week, too little too late. This week blocks out his eyebrows to try and change up his shape of his face, but again, as Naomi said, that wasn't enough. Just blocking out your eyebrows does not change the shape of your face. It does not show that you have the talents and the skills with makeup. You're a pretty queen that does fishy girl makeup. You've gone into competition with that and no other makeup experience really. I'm surprised if you've actually ever blocked out your eyebrows before, because the amount that you did not know, going, asking Naomi, so do I do this, do I do that? What colour should I've got red hair, red eyebrows, oh, do I not do that? Oh. Really? You don't know that? Like, I know that if it had been me 4 years ago, I'd have been in the same boat. But I also wouldn't have gone on the show 4 years ago. I'm not even at the point now where I'd go on the show. It's still going to be another 2-3 years before I even contemplate going. When it came to the puppet challenge at the beginning, I actually thought that Derek's impression of Naomi was entirely on point. Everything you said was completely true. A little harsh, a little bit too brash maybe, and maybe need to tone it down a little, make it a little bit more joking. And I think even the look, the fact that it was literally just a bikini and he was like, so which one of your outfits was this? And then he was like, they're all the same, like the monotone voice. Oh my god, I was like, yes, that's so what she talks like. And all her outfits are exactly the same, they're all just a bikini with something extra. And she's starting to show a bit more now and do a bit more extra, but not that much different. The only thing that I didn't agree on was the wig, and I totally agree with Naomi's read of that. She was like, in the confessional, that she doesn't have any shake and go Beyonce wigs. No, she doesn't, so I don't know why she used that. There's so many other things. She should have just done the straight bob, she should have got the bob type wig, and that would have been spot on, even if it was literally like painted on. She painted on because it's always like perfect, pristine, straight, and it doesn't do anything else. Talking about the puppet challenge, I do think that as well, on the flip side of that whole battle that was happening, Naomi went in too deep in Derek. I know it was all come back to the fact of what Derek had said about Naomi, but that, like, from the get-go, saying, does it hurt having your hand up my ass? No, I'm used to having 2 dicks up there. That was too far. That was too far straight away. And Naomi knows it was too far, and that's why she said the following day that she was going to help Derek any way she could, because she knew that she went too far, and that was wrong. And yes, she would have been disappointed. Girl, really. I think, as regards to the puppets, I think that Chi-Chi definitely did the best one. Literally every word she was saying, I was on the floor, wetting myself laughing. Her sense of humour is coming out more and more as the weeks are going on, and I'm actually seeing, you know what, she actually has got some talent there with humour, and she could be a really good comedy queen. I don't think that's kind of where she focuses on, but I think she should, because I think she could do really well at it, so keep it up, Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's doing really well. I thought the final challenge as well, she did really well with the 3 different looks. They were all very well put together, interesting looks, especially the final one. Like that hair and the little birdie kind of looking things in it, and it was like birds, but it was like they look like birds kind of almost, like origami birds. I just thought altogether the whole look was very successful. I thought it was brilliant. Also with Chi-Chi, when she's like doing the voiceover for each of the looks and telling her story, the enthusiasm and attitude and passion she has really shines through, and for every fault that Chi-Chi has, she has 10 amazing points. And I think I'm going to state it now, this competition is going to be between Chi-Chi and Bob. It's between the 2 of them. Chi-Chi needs to do something really terribly bad next week to go home, and same with Bob. And I think it's definitely between the 2 of them. Naomi and Kim, brilliant. It's so tight this year that it's really difficult to tell, but I think with the 2 of them, Bob has been consistently amazingly good every single week, because he's hilariously funny, he has great attitude, he's good at doing pretty much everything. The only thing that he struggled with is doing like a glamorous kind of look. This week it really showed it, that it really wasn't glamorous, that dress. Beautifully put together, and I loved it to pieces because it's the sort of thing I would make. But I'd have gone for a bigger dress when she was saying that she made that yellow bottom piece all out of paper, but decided it was too much. That's where she went wrong. She should have kept it, and she would have looked brilliant. So I do think that the final looks, I think Kimchi was definitely the best. Also, it's flowed into one another, and it had this whole botanical theme throughout, and it's all about blossoming and growing and developing into this bright, beautiful flower and everything. And that it kind of relates into the story of what his pet mother, finally letting him go and releasing the seed into the wind so that he can grow elsewhere. And I think that was heartbreaking and beautiful to watch. And all the looks were amazingly detailed and beautiful as well, especially that last look. Oh my god, I nearly died. So I think it's pretty much it this week. That everything was really amazingly done. The challenge was brilliant, and we're down to the final 4 now. And I think this is going to be the most difficult decision Ruth ever had to make, is to who gets out next week, and then the following week who's making decisions to who wins. Because at this point, I could not pick any of them out for anything. They all have at least one flaw, and they'll have at least one amazing, worthy of winning point. So I'll have my tally on the screen right about now, where I think everyone is for this week, now that Derek has gone. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to be fierce, be honest, and be beautiful. I'll see you next week. Bye!